Congratulations to him. Emi Fujino versus Edna Trakinas Oliveira. 3 5-minute rounds in the women's strawweight division.
All right, here we go. It's time for another rumble. This 7th bout is a strawweight contest set for 3 5-minute rounds. In the blue corner, standing at 163 centimeters, weighing 52.4 kilograms, with a record of 10 wins, 11 losses, and 1 draw. Representing Rocha Top Team, Edna Trakinas!
Edna Trakinas, fighting out of Rocha Top Team in Brazil.
Standing at 158 centimeters, weighing 52.45 kilograms, with a record of 25 wins, 13 losses, and 1 draw. The 3rd Queen of Pancrase champion, ranking number 2 in the strawweight division, and representing Triforce Akasaka, Emi Fujino!
Emi Fujino, she's basically a living legend these days, Guy.
That's right. She's the former queen of Pancrase, but she is the pioneer and queen of JMMA.
Yep, she took that Queen of Pancrase strawweight strap after it was vacated by Viviane Araujo, and Vivi went on to fight in the UFC and is still doing fantastic out in the world there. Pancrase really does produce the best of the best, Guy. Wendy Tomomi in there with these 2 strawweights. They touch gloves. Interestingly, Tomomi, the referee, was on the same team as Emi Fujino at Quintet Fight Night 6 in Tokyo.
Right.
Yeah, they grappled on the same team of 5. Just look at how steady Emi Fujino is. She sits down real heavy, that base of her. She's physically strong. You know, we've seen her in pre-fight videos doing pull-ups with weights tied around her waist and stuff. You know, she is strong. And look at this, she's just sitting down and
She stepped in and barreled through that barrage of punches to get that clinch.
Edna Trakinas,
That's right.
dealing with the strength,
Yeah, that's a
the
strong
veteran power.
That's a strong Emi Fujino tonight. And that's what she got to do. She has to wrestle in, pummel in.
Now,
Emi Fujino is not having it.
Trakinas' striking has always been one of her strengths. Grappling has always been one of her weaknesses, but since they last faced, she's been training a lot more in no-gi since then, she tells me.
That's very smart, and she was able to break out of the clinch here in this exchange, get back to the center of cage where she is powerful. She may have the slight edge here.
Emi Fujino never been knocked out, never been submitted.
That's quite an accomplishment.
Yeah.
After so many fights.
Yeah, you really have to just break her bones or open up a cut, like when she lost the strawweight Queen of Pancrase championship to Karen. You know, that elbow from the top there just opened her up and pouring out blood. And you know, referee Wendy Tomomi, she had to stop it. There was no other way. But again, testament to the toughness of Emi Fujino. She just doesn't get stopped.
Fujino has Trakinas pinned against the cage. Trakinas holding on to the Muay Thai clinch, but not able to break the posture of Fujino, which pretty much nullifies any benefit a Muay Thai clinch would have.
Trakinas looks like she's going to go in a little bit lower with her hands, but she's using some foot stomps at the moment.
She's posting, using her posture to pin the strong and hefty Fujino against the cage. They open up a little bit. There's a little bit of dirty boxing in there. The back to the center of the cage.
Trakinas possibly with her chin a little bit high there. She's tucked it in now. Now, when they were clinched up there against the fence, it looked like she was replying or saying something to her corner. 2 minutes left in the first round here between these 2 strawweights. Emi Fujino representing Japan, Edna Trakinas all the way from Brazil.
Trakinas favoring those low kicks. She goes, switches up low on the outside and the inside. Oh, there's a little heel kick to the lead leg of Emi Fujino.
Fujino steps in with a barrage again.
Trakinas elbows in, Muay Thai clinch.
She's been, she hasn't been able to use the plum to control Fujino, but she's been able to use it to stop Fujino getting in and pulling her down to the mat.
Just trying to pummel in, get both underhooks in, and she does get it, I believe. Fujino controlling the head of Trakinas. She can threaten with the guillotine here. If she can break the posture of Edna.
Into the final 1 minute of round one now. Edna Trakinas so far looks like she's improved a lot since the last time they faced.
I was about to say that. She's doing a good job of sticking with Fujino and going back and forth in the clinching game here.
Staying busy downstairs there, Trakinas stomping on the feet, pumping some knees into the inner thighs of Fujino. They break free. 20 seconds. Let's see what this strike and exchange can provide at the tail end of this first round. 10 seconds. Edna Trakinas backing up, throws in a big right, steps in hard with that right hand.
Tricky fighter.
Looks for a wheel kick there. There's the end of the first 5 minutes. Some action that went down in that first 5 minutes. Fujino blasting forward.
Right, excellent use of combinations to close the gap and to force that clinch. Oh, awesome uppercuts early in the round, the first round from Trakinas.
Yeah, looking for those liver shots, keeping the pressure on.
Definitely showing an improved grappling and clinch game.
Good to see Emi Fujino coming out of this first round without too much damage on her face. Usually she's so stubborn with her striking that she just walks through punches. She doesn't care because she knows she doesn't get knocked out, so she just keeps stepping through. But yeah, not too much damage on the faces of either of these two strawweights coming into the second round. Edna Trakinas got the nod from the judges in the open scoring from round one.
That's right. To Fujino's credit, I think the reason she's been so successful so far in the first round, even though she did lose that round, is she's initiating the clinch with combinations. So she sets up the clinch with the combinations, then she moves into the clinch.
Yep. I think before she would just try and bulldoze her way into the clinch, which works with some people, but not everybody.
Right. She steps outside, doesn't want to continue that clinch again.
I have to say, Fujino also looking a little bit better since she changed gyms, Triforce, Akasaka. I always felt that her striking was the lesser of all the skills that she had, but she seems to have worked on that a lot more.
Yeah, you see a big difference. I think Trakinas might be a little surprised to see these combinations coming from Fujino.
I asked Edna what her game plan was coming into there, considering that they have faced before, and she said that she's just going to adjust as the fight goes on. She can't really say because she doesn't know until she actually touches gloves with Fujino. So that's a very intelligent comment. I thought you can have a game plan, but you always need to be able to adjust it along the way.
Exactly. And she's seeing a Fujino that can strike a little bit more, and she's going toe-to-toe with her in the pocket quite often now.
Trakinas looking for that low kick to the post leg of Fujino, but Fujino scouts it.
Right, Fujino kind of respecting that space, not allowing Edna to get in too close where she can land that low kick. Saying that, Edna timed that strike and able to land a low kick.
Looking for a barrage, a flurry of punches there from Fujino, but she finds herself with her back up against the cage.
She does have head control right now. Gina able to get out of a bad position. She has to be careful here. She doesn't want to let Fujino control that head posture of hers.
That's right. Fujino does have some solid submission skills. She's very bread and butter when it comes to jiu-jitsu, but that's all you need to be. You just need some good front headlock control,
Right.
you know, some basic back takes and mount positioning, and you know that's all you need for some MMA fights.
And she is controlling the headlock. Oh, she lets it go. Trakinas gets out.
Get some elbows in there. They break free. 2 minutes left in round 2.
Gina misses a big right hand off the break. She looks like she has a small cut under her left eye.
Yeah, not too troubling so far. Not sure whether it came from one of those short elbows, but definitely opened up a cut.
Trakinas looking a little flat-footed at this point in the match.
Yeah, I'm wondering if she's suffering from the weight cut, maybe the long-haul flights. You know, it's never easy for the Brazilians coming out to Japan.
Right. And it's and Fuji's making her really carry her weight. She's forcing this clinch and making her wrestle, and that's not really her game. So for a person that's used to like boxing and hitting the mitts and hitting the bag, when you force them to wrestle in the clinch, they get all that lactic acid built up in their shoulders and their arms, and they get tired way faster. And Fujino, who's been is basically a grappling monster.
Yeah. Less than 60 seconds left in round 2 here now. Brazil versus Japan. Looks like Fujino wants to get under the body weight of Trakinas. Bit of a stalemate here with the wrist fighting and control. 30 seconds. Fujino keeping her weight firmly on the Brazilian.
That's right. She's allowing Trakinas to get that underhook and the head control.
Trakinas pumps in the knee. Fujino. Last 10 seconds now. Fujino popping in some little rabbit punches. Using the head control. 10 minutes elapsed. Small cut under the eye, under the left eye of the Brazilian. Not troublesome so far, but really textbook Emi Fujino.
Trakinas lands a nice low kick, follows up with another outside kick, and not letting Fujino close the gap in that interaction there. But this is what Fujino's been doing well at. She's been having a lot of success with putting Trakinas against the cage and tiring her out. So let's see if that's a factor in the third round.
Open scoring tells us Edna gets the nod in the first round, and the judges also decide that she takes the second round as well.
Ooh, that's a close one. I don't know. I might have gave it to Fujino in that last one.
Yeah, the second round was definitely different from the first, but this is the third and final round now. They touch gloves and straight back at it. Fujino with a flurry of punches, looking for the face, looking for the chin of the Brazilian. Edna firing back, getting very frantic in there in these opening seconds of round 3.
That's right. And I'm sure you've noticed there is a small cut under the left eye of Trakinas. And let's see if stamina and the gas tank, the conditioning, will play a role here in the third round, because Fujino is known for a massive gas tank that does not quit.
Yeah, you never see her puffing and panting and struggling right up until the closing seconds of the matches.
That's right. The tricky part is Edna does have 2 rounds on the judges' scorecard, and Fujino is not known for being a big finisher.
Yeah, she's very much a grinder.
Right.
Fujino again looking to get low on her levels and try and scoop away the hips of the Brazilian. She hasn't even been close to a solid takedown so far, though,
No,
Guy.
not yet. That's one thing you don't really see much from Fujino. There's not a lot of leg attacks. And you really need to mix it up when you're at this level. When you have them against a cage, you got to have your takedown, your throw, but you also have to have your single leg and your double leg, your body clinch, your bear hug.
Oh, really nice. Almost a neutral position jab uppercut thing from Edna Trakinas there.
It's the cleaner strikes and the contact that from Trakinas that's been winning her the rounds in 1 and 2.
Yeah, she's not been in any serious trouble at all, despite some of the punch, rushes and flurries from Fujino. She hasn't been rocked so far.
Trakinas does have the head of Fujino, and she is threatening a guillotine, but it does not look like Emi Fujino is in danger. She does have her hands on the hands of Trakinas and hand fighting. Trakinas jumps up.
Yeah, she decided to jump up into that. Gave up on it for a moment there, but let's see if she can use that front headlock position to work something else. You know, maybe not simply a guillotine chokehold, but something else to come out of that if she has been working on her no-gi grappling as much as she says. Trying to peel the hand away there of the Brazilian Fujino. Almost had a couple of fingers there, which the referee couldn't see. 2 minutes left in this strawweight bout. Emi Fujino versus Edna Trakinas. It's a rematch, and so far, Fujino's not been able to best or get the better of the Brazilian. 10 years of age between them.
Give credit to Trakinas. She came back with a renewed game plan, and it's that clinch work that she's had. Even though we've seen a lot improve from Fujino and her striking, I'm very surprised with that.
Yep, Trakinas looked lost in those grappling exchanges last time. This time, she's a little bit more comfortable, and she's in no danger of being taken to the mat.
Right, that is true. Again with the Muay Thai clinch on the head, but not able to get control. Fujino muscles her way out of that. Steps in.
Both throwing leather at the same time.
Wow.
Things getting hot up in there. 60 seconds left on the clock.
It's turning into a brawl. Watch Edna do that. She did this in the first round again. She circles, moves away, draws her opponent in, and she steps in for a hard right.
Oh, both of these women throwing heavy hands at each other. Up with her back against the fence. The Brazilian finds herself in the clinch again. Pumps in a knee. Fujino with the left hand.
Back to the clinch. Little time left in the third round. Fujino is down.
She hasn't attempted any takedowns here, and this could cost her the match, guy. The number 2 ranked Fujino might lose her spot to the Brazilian.
That's right, 10 seconds left. Something's got to happen. Something's got to give. Fujino stepping in like a bull. But watch out, Trakinas does have some dangerous strikes.
She's throwing the counter on the back foot. There we go. 15 minutes elapsed, and the Brazilian raises her hands. Edna Trakinas Oliveira could take the nod. Most likely will take the nod following that effort here today. She definitely showed that she came back a renewed fighter.
Right. There they are, a lot of punches and bunches. Both fighters just missing each other. But it's the cleaner strikes of Trakinas that I think has earned her the decision win in every round so far.
I'd have to agree. Fujino was finding a home for her fists, but not to the same cleanliness, like you said, of Trakinas. They're getting unanimous judge decision victory here at Pancrase 333. Edna Trakinas, all the way from Brazil for the second time. That last time she got her wrist fractured during the fight and she was unable to continue. She comes back stronger than ever. And she seems to be very, very fired up. Emi Fujino gave everything she had. She just took out the number 2 ranked strawweight in the women's division. Trakinas victorious, 29-28, all round from all 3 judges. She takes the victory back to Brazil, and let's see who's next in store for her. She's just taken out the number 2 ranked Fujino, which means she's right up there with the best of them, and a possible title shot in the months to come.
That is right. Let's see what will happen next for Trakinas.
The reigning champion, of course, is Karen, and she defends her belt today against Haruka Salt Hasegawa. That's in bout 12. But congratulations to the Brazilian Edna Trakinas. Looking forward to seeing her back